Kingdom blessings to you. This is Dr. Miller from my personal space to your home. Listen, movements is a clear indication that something is not dead. Someone has not died. A vision is not over. A place can still come back alive. Where there cease to be movement, then it is left for speculations and interpretation that there is no longer life, there is no longer hope, and there's no longer ability or a future. I want to remind you today, don't stop moving. It is the plan of the enemy and the cares of life to cause you to stop moving. Movement is going to be your weapon. You don't always have to be on top. You don't always have to have money. Your story may not always be successful and lucrative and vibrant and colorful. But the only thing that will stop all of that from becoming a possibility is your movement. If you stop moving, you will fail to live. And everything that is going on in your life consists and revolves around movement. You get up in the morning, you move. You go to school, you move. You go back to school, you move. You go to work, you move. Driving your car, you move. Where you cease to move, you cease to live. And sometimes you got to move into a place where it even seems dead. But as long as you get there and is moving, that thing, that dream, that desire, that plan, that hope become alive. This is my truth to you today. Don't stop moving. In the midst of criticism, in the midst of obscurity, in the midst of challenge, in the midst of public opinion, in the midst of truth, facts, things that may have been up, down, good, bad, and ugly in your life. If you continue to move, you will begin to move what looks like and what sounds like and what has been left with an interpretation that there's no longer hope or life to it, that it will defy everything that is around you, every enemy, every setback, every delay. Movement, I declare to you today, move. Move into the possibility. Move into the struggle. Move into the desire. Move into the plan. When you continue to move in the midst of it all, you will begin to see the things that you desire unfold. I can't tell you in my life how many times people have said that I was done and I would not make it, and I wouldn't be sitting here today talking to you had I stopped. Had I stopped, had I listened to people, had I listened to people's verdict about my life, had I even believed my own life tragedies and struggles, then I would have not been here. But beyond my testings and my trials, something on the inside, which I know is the presence of God, allowed me not to sit and die. The 4 lepers says, why sit ye here and die? If we stay here, we're going to die. But if we make one more attempt, if we move into a place where there are possibilities, new ventures that we've never walked into, there might just be life in my movement. And certainly, in the midst of their movement, they not only became a millionaire, entrepreneurs, they became the echo, the forerunner, the voice of victory for others who have left. They decided, we're not going to die, we're going to move in the midst of what we look like, in the midst of our psychosis, in the midst of our madness, in the midst of our sickness, in the midst of our tears, in the midst of all that we have dealt with. Why sit here and die? Why should I accept defeat when in fact I can become something better? And because of them not giving up and letting no be an answer, they gave themselves one more tool, and that was the choice of movement. It was not so much their faith alone, but the choice to move in the midst of everything that told them it didn't make sense. Being unclean, ceremonially unclean, thrown out of the city gates, ostracized by themselves in a place where they couldn't see themselves any greater than their condition. But they made up in themselves, in their mind, it says, why should we sit here and die? Let's move. Movement create the next level of victory in their life. And I want to submit to you today is the same spirit that if you decide that I shall not die and live, I shall not die but live, you will begin to see the changes and the turn of events in your life become greater. God wants you to move. Don't take no for an answer. Don't allow people's verdict of your life to become the final platform for your fatality. The devil is a liar. There is more in you left. There's more victories to be won. There's more triumph to experience. There's more to life than this. There is no death right now. God is not calling you to die after all of this. He wants you to live. You had asked me 4 months ago, 5 months ago, a year from now, a year before now, I would have told you I was done. But look what the Lord has done. And he's now turning things into greater ventures for me than it has ever been before. Because I realized more than praying, more than talking, more than empowering myself, the tool that I needed was to keep moving. Still water will become stagnant and smell. Things that move will become progressively, increasingly greater, or it will come to great places in time that will develop who they are, and they'll begin to see what they can become beyond where they are. Move, saints. Don't stop. Move the dream, move the desire, build a vision, say to yourself, it can be done. And in the midst of challenges, don't give up. Keep moving. This is Reverend Dr. Prophet Sean Miller from my personal space to your home, to your personal life with this kingdom nugget. Move. Move into it. Continue to move into it and watch the will of God find you in places that will blow your mind. I love you. Have yourself an awesome day in the Lord. Be blessed.